If you are using Claude to ask questions and read the answers, you are using about 15% of what Claude can actually do. Most people who use Claude have only ever seen one version of it, the chat window. But Claude is not one product. It is a family of 6 distinct products, each designed for a different kind of work. And most of the people using Claude right now have never heard of most of them. Today I want to give you the complete map. 6 products, what each one does, what it is best for. Here is the architecture before we go through each one. 4 of the 6 are different ways you can actually use Claude. The other 2 are upgrades that make all 4 of them more powerful. Understanding that structure is what makes this map useful instead of just overwhelming. The 6 Claude products break into 2 categories. The first category is the 4 usage modes, 4 different environments where Claude works, each designed for a specific kind of task. These are Claude Chat, Claude Cowork, Claude Dispatch, and Claude Code. The second category is the 2 power-ups, add-ons that extend and customize what Claude can do inside any of the 4 modes. These are plugins and skills. Think of the 4 modes as 4 different rooms in the same house, and the 2 power-ups as upgrades you can install in any room. That is the whole map. Now let's walk through each one. First, Claude Chat, for thinking, writing, and research. This is the Claude most people know. For publishers and authors, drafting a query letter, summarizing a chapter, or researching titles. Anything that lives in conversation, this is the mode for it. You go to claude.ai, type something, get a response. It works in your browser, on your phone, and on your desktop. Everything's synced in the cloud. Claude Chat is where you go for quick conversations, writing tasks, research, and thinking something through. It is the foundation everything else builds on. If you are brand new to Claude, this is where you start. If you have only ever used Claude Chat, you are in a good starting position. But you are at the beginning of what Claude can do, not the full picture. 2. Claude Cowork, for getting things done on your computer. Cowork is a separate desktop application. You install it on your computer, not just a browser tab. And the critical difference from Chat is this. Cowork can see and work with your actual files. With Cowork, you describe a task and Claude executes it, opening files, editing them, creating new ones, organizing folders, sending drafts. You are not answering questions back and forth. You are assigning work. Claude does it. You review the result. This makes Claude feel like a staff member. For publishers, tell Cowork to read through your inbox, identify emails related to a manuscript, and draft replies to the ones that need responses. If you have ever thought, I wish AI could just do that for me instead of telling me how to do it, Cowork is the answer to that thought. 3. Claude Dispatch, for assigning tasks from anywhere. Dispatch connects Claude Cowork on your desktop to your phone. You assign a task remotely, from a coffee shop, a conference, a car, and Claude does the work on your computer and sends you back the finished result. The key thing to understand, this is one continuous conversation. You can start a task from your phone and pick up the same thread on your laptop. Imagine you're at a conference and realize you need a press kit. You send Dispatch a message, and by the time you're back in your room, it's assembled. 4. Claude Code, for building real applications. This is not writing about software. It is actually writing code and delivering a working application. You describe what you want built, Claude Code builds it. You do not need to know how to code. You need to know how to describe what you need. For authors, a royalty calculation tool, or an author website that does exactly what you need without paying for a developer. If you can describe it, Claude Code can build it. If the first 3 modes are for thinking and working with existing content, Claude Code is for building new things that did not exist before. Now for the 2 power-ups. These are add-ons, not standalone products. They work inside the 4 modes. They are upgrades. 5. Plugins, for extending what Claude can do. Think of it like an app store for Claude's capabilities. Plugins work inside Cowork and Code. Install a Slack plugin to send messages, or a design plugin to create visual materials it could not produce before. For publishers, a plugin that connects Claude to your distribution platform or your manuscript management system. It takes about 30 seconds to install. 6. Skills, for teaching Claude your exact standards. A skill is a set of saved instructions that teaches Claude how to do one task your way, every time. For authors, a skill that teaches Claude your house style, tone, vocabulary, formatting, so every piece of content is immediately on brand without coaching. Skills work across all 4 modes. You build the instructions once, save them as a skill, and every future output benefits from them automatically. Here's the complete map. Claude Chat for thinking, Cowork for files, Dispatch for remote work, and Code for building. Plugins extend, and skills teach. 4 modes for working, 2 power-ups for working better. That is the whole map. Now you have the full picture. Here is your one assignment. Pick the product that matches where you are right now. If you're just starting, it's Chat. If you want work done, it's Cowork. If you're building, it's Code. If you want better quality, start with skills. At Nori Media Group, we're helping publishers stay ahead of these tools. Follow for more. Drop a comment below. Which of these 6 are you starting with?